Brother Brian back again in the garage. It's still Sunday. I switched out the Fisher and I put out here, this is a Kenwood, I believe KW-1100. I bought this thing and it was in really bad shape. I've done reviews on this before, talked about it before. I love this receiver. It may be one of the nicest things that ever come out of Japan. Probably made back in the 60s. It's compact. It has the, you can hear the sensitivity where it's picking up the phone. That's cool. I love that. It's got the 7591 power tubes. It has two transformers, one for each channel. Main power transformer. It's got, I don't know if you guys can see that down in there. That's Massachusetts, if I'm saying that right, is the company that made a lot of these tubes, and they've all been tested. This receiver's been gone through by Stereo Lab in Columbus. They did a fantastic job going through this. Everything was tested. All the capacitors were tested. All the tubes were tested. I did replace some of the tubes. And that Massachusetts company is the same one that makes these killer, wrong button there. They make these killer turntables here, which I love these old techniques. It may shut off. I hit the wrong button on it. But yeah, that's a beautiful turntable. I just love it. I've got this Rouge Aftab live in London, man. This album, I've spun this thing and spun it. I really enjoy it. This receiver, though, the glass was broke. I found a glass. Let's see if I can block it. I found a glass. The original glass says Kenwood on it. But finding the original glass is probably damn near impossible. So I found a piece of glass that fit in there and it looks nice. It's not original, but this is a receiver that when I die will be in my possession, so I don't really care. It looks fine. One day I'd like to have a case made for it. But the sound quality, I don't care who you are, how much money you've spent on stereo equipment, this receiver will put a smile on your face. I don't care. You can hook this up to your speakers at home, and I guarantee you'll love it. Let's listen to this thing. Clean, crisp, clear. It is. I just love it. Just love the way it sounds. The sound is just right, man. I mean, it just does a fantastic job. It does everything. This receiver, the nice thing about these receivers is they do everything. They do it all. They've got the power amp, they've got the tube preamp, everything's compact. It's got bass and treble controls, selector switches. You can hook up all kinds of stuff to it. And it sounds fantastic. My ears just love it. Love this receiver, man. It just sounds wonderful. I never thought that I'd ever get it fixed. I took it to 3 different places to get fixed, and the guy at Stereo Lab, I told him, I said, just take your time, and they actually fell in love with it as well, man. When I went to pick it up, man, they were listening to it and enjoying it too, man. And they've got all kinds of vintage stereo equipment, man, and they just love this thing as well. Just love it. These are super rare, hard to find. You know, I've got the Fisher 400 as well. It's a tube receiver, and to me, this thing sounds as good, if not better, than that. You know, my Fisher 400, it sounds amazing too, but this thing, it's just right there with it. And the Fishers were made in New York. This was made in Japan. And it's really surprising. The older Kenwoods, you know, I just love the older Kenwoods like this. You know, you just can't find these though. I mean, they're just super hard to find. You could find some of the smaller ones. I think this thing's like 40 watts, the channel. And I guarantee it would. I don't care how much money. You might have a $100,000 Macintosh sitting in your living room. This thing right here will still put a smile on your face with the sound quality. So, yeah, I might make another video in the future on this thing just because how much I love it. It's got the old screw-in type speaker connectors, which I've got the adapters running with some banana plugs in the back. You know, all those tubes. You can hear how quiet it is. It is just so quiet. But yeah, this will probably be sitting out here for a little while. I hook this thing up, and it usually sits out here for a month or two, and I just enjoy it. Alrighty. Just wanted to share that with you real quick.